everyone, welcome back to Solvice. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys are all doing well. As of this recording, the Union Jordan 1 drop was yesterday, and I caught an L on that, and I am still devastated. Hope if you tried for it, you guys caught a W on that one. I know I'm still waiting on a sneakers drop, but I just saw something on Twitter where the Nike account that originally said there was going to be a drop on March 18th is now saying they got ahead of themselves, so I don't even know if we're going to get another chance on those, but if we do, one last chance, and if not, then I guess those will have escaped me as well. Let's just say that. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today, we are talking about these right here. These are the Foamposite 1 in the Galaxy colorway. Now, really quick, before we get into these, I just want to ask you guys a favor. If you like the content, do me a huge favor, like the video and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you know when I post a new video. I'm kind of trying to resurrect this channel from the dead, and getting a YouTube channel back to life is not the easiest thing in the world. So if you guys could do that for me, I would really, really appreciate it. So the Nike Foamposite 1 in the Galaxy colorway. This is obviously a very, very special sneaker that I am actually honored to be able to hold in my hands right now. These originally released back in 2012 and they caused absolute pandemonium. I will be honest, I wasn't even collecting sneakers at the time, but I did hear about the riots and people going crazy at the store. So that was probably my first just awareness of sneaker culture and how crazy people go trying to buy some sneakers. But these, like I said, back in 2012, absolute crazy release. Resale prices on that pair have gone for well over $2,000, so it's awesome that we get to see them again. And like I said, I was not collecting back in 2012, so I originally thought that I wasn't going to be crazy about these like everybody else was, and I don't have that same nostalgic tie to them. But I have to tell you, as soon as I got these in hand, I opened up the box and I saw these. They really kind of grew on me extremely fast, actually. Not that I didn't think that I was going to like them, but I immediately got why everybody kind of went crazy for these back in 2012. Now, something I want to mention about this particular sneaker that I do think puts it into a league of its own is all that hype that we think about, those crazy resale prices, all the riots in the stores, all of that was done without this being a collab. Every other hype sneaker that I can think of with crazy resale prices and some sort of lore surrounding them, let me know in the comments if I'm forgetting any, but all the ones that I can think about, they've all been collab shoes. From the Travis Scotts to the Off-Whites to something like a Pigeon Dunk or a Wu-Tang Dunk or an MF Doom Dunk, Yeezys, all those crazy shoes, they were all done with collaborations. But this one stands on its own. It didn't need the cosign of some other designer or artist to really bring that hype. And I think that's actually something that makes these super unique. Now, just a little bit of backstory about the Foamposite itself. This was Penny Hardaway's third signature sneaker. He had the Air Penny 1s and the Air Penny 2s. And then when he went into the meeting to get pitched on the Air Penny 3, he saw these in a bag and was like, those have to be my next shoe. These were originally actually designed with Scottie Pippen in mind, but he turned them down. So they were Penny's shoe, and he definitely made these his own. And with all of that backstory out of the way, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the Nike Air Foamposite 1 in the Galaxy colorway. So first up, I do want to talk about the packaging. I think they did as good of a job on the packaging as with the sneaker itself. So I think it's worth mentioning. So they come in this black Nike box, and we've definitely seen black Nike boxes before, but typically on these boxes, we've got black on black. So the lettering and the swoosh are done in a glossy black on top of the flat black for the rest of the box. But on these, of course, as you can see, you've got this crazy galaxy print. And I think this just looks freaking awesome. The black background surrounding that galaxy print just really makes it pop. So you've got the Nike branding up on the top as well as on the back and the sides. And then to put the cherry on top, when you open the box, you've also got galaxy print paper to go along with that. Okay, now taking a look at the shoe itself. The first thing that most people are going to notice right when they pull these out of the packaging is this red hang tag, the remove before flight tag. This is a very aeronautical themed shoe, so I think that this little detail really goes a long way to kind of complete that story. And then, of course, the main selling feature on these shoes is that polyurethane upper with that crazy galaxy print. So if you're unaware, the way that they make the Foamposite 1 is they basically just have a mold that they pour polyurethane into so that once it hardens, you have kind of this outer shell piece. And this is a very soft material that will actually mold to your foot over time. So from what I've heard, the original Foamposites, the material was not quite as soft, so these are a little bit softer and more forgiving, kind of reducing that break-in time period period that you would need to get these to kind of like mold to your foot. And I really just cannot stress enough how incredible this Galaxy print looks in person. It's super vibrant, and it's, you know, high quality enough that it doesn't look cheesy. It's just really striking, and obviously one of the most unique shoes that have ever released, in my opinion. Now, to go along with that polyurethane around the lace eyelets, you do have this fake nubuck material. It's definitely synthetic, but I do think it adds just kind of like another detail that breaks up the monotony of that single piece polyurethane construction. So I really do like the way that they did that. And then, like a lot of Nike basketball sneakers from this time period, you do have an internal booty construction. So that basically means you have an additional layer that kind of hugs your foot that's made out of basically a neoprene and a mesh material. Now, while we're taking a look at the upper on these, something else I did want to mention that I noticed was kind of the lack of Nike branding. Typically with Nike shoes, there's very prominent Nike branding that you really can't miss. But on these, the most prominent branding, I would say, is going to be that Penny 1 cent logo. You've got one on the tongue, one on the heel, and one on the outsole as well. As far as Nike branding goes on the shoe itself, all there is a little mini swoosh on the outside toe, and then on the insole as well. So I actually think that's pretty interesting that Nike was okay with kind of minimizing their branding on this particular shoe. Now, for the midsole on these, basically what you have is that rubber outsole kind of wrapping up onto the midsole section. Of course, these very prominent carbon fiber shanks that you see on either side of the shoe, which I think is a really, really cool detail. Gives a lot of character to the shoe. And as far as the tech goes, you do have air zoom in the heel as well as in the forefoot. So taking a look at the outsole, you can see that you have predominantly herringbone traction down the center of the shoe, of course, wrapped with that rubber. And before I forget, that rubber is glow in the dark. Glow in the dark is one of my favorite features on a sneaker. If it's a feature of the sneaker, it's pretty much like an instant selling thing for me. If the shoe's got glow in the dark, I'm gonna like it. That's typically the way that it goes. And it's very bright on these. I'll try and capture that as well as I can for you guys so you can see. So that's obviously one of the more iconic pieces of this shoe as well. And that is very much still there on this version. Now, I know sizing on these is a little bit of a contentious debate. People are torn. A lot of people say go true to size. A lot of people say go a half size up. It's about a 50-50 split, because I was trying to do research. This is the first pair of Foamposites that I was going to purchase, so I was trying to figure out what size to order. I ended up going true to size because I find that most Nike sneakers do fit me true to size, so that's what I went with. They're definitely snug, but the whole idea of the Foamposite upper is that it's supposed to mold to your feet over time. So even as they are out of the box, I wouldn't say they're like super uncomfortable, just definitely a snug fit. And if these mold the way that they're supposed to, I would say these are going to end up fitting really nice going true to size. But if you're somebody who wants to have a little bit of extra room, or you don't want to have to worry about breaking them in, going half a size up probably isn't the worst idea. Now, if you're used to my videos, you know that I like to give you guys some sort of opinion on the comfort of the shoe, but this is one that I really can't give you guys an honest opinion on because I've never owned Foamposites before and I haven't worn them really at all. So I can't really tell you exactly how comfortable I think they are. However, pretty much any shoe that has Zoom Air in it, I'm gonna find comfortable. So I'm assuming this shoe is gonna be pretty comfortable just because that's pretty much my favorite midsole technology ever. I love how much energy return you get with them. It's super bouncy and it's just a really comfortable midsole technology. Now, the main reason why I haven't worn these yet is because I was actually planning on selling these. This was a shoe that I wasn't anticipating really caring all that much about since, like I said, I was not there for the 2012 release as much as my age might make it look like I was there for the 2012 release. I wasn't quite into collecting shoes yet, so I wasn't expecting, without that kind of nostalgic tie to these, to really care that much about them. But my own review and the time that I've spent with them has definitely changed my mind. I completely understand why people went insane for these in 2012 and why so many of you are excited for these to come back. So I guess that's going to bring me to my final score on these. I think these are unquestionably a 10 out of 10. Just kind of like the original idea of putting that Galaxy print on the shoe. It's so bold and creative and unique. And the Foamposites themselves, such a sick shoe. Even though I haven't owned a pair before, even without the Galaxies, I have wanted to add a pair to my collection. But as we know, they don't really release a whole lot of them, and some of the releases aren't that good. So I've just been kind of like waiting for the right pair to get. But it looks like this might be that pair that I was looking for. So babe, if you're watching this, cover your ears. I'm probably not going to be selling these. I'm still on the fence, but such an incredible shoe. Definitely a 10 out of 10. But I do want to know what you guys think. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. Is this a shoe that you like? Is it a shoe that you were going for in 2012? Are you excited that they're back? Do you think these are trash and you're passing? I just want to know what you guys think. And again, please do me a huge favor. If you like the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. All that would really help me out right now. I'm trying to bring this thing back up to its original operational capacity. So I'd really appreciate any help I can get there. And definitely stay tuned because I do have some more videos coming out. I just got another pair in the mail that I am extremely stoked on. So you'll be seeing that in the next few days as well. But until then, make sure you guys wear your damn shoes, and I'll see you next time. Later.